To get this started, what I'm going to start with first is to do some introductions. So first of all, I'd like to introduce the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. My name is Susan Hurl. I am with Republic Services. I am currently the president and treasurer for the Chamber of Commerce, which ends on June 30th. Not that I'm counting. We have Derek Knaps with Agent 2000, who's our president-elect. I'm going to go through these fast because there's a lot of people, so if we could save the applause to the end, that'd be great. Jeremy Carlson, CNO Travel, if you could just stand up. Oh, I guess he's not here. Tony Condit, who's our ambassador chair. Steve Lack, who I know is not here, he's a certified fraud examiner. Dave Mascaro from Diablo Trophies. Marcos Montes from Comcast. Cindy Tonales from Travis Credit Union. Oh, there you are. Hi, Cindy. And then we have Angela Warren with Back 40 and Wise Girl, and I just want to take just a minute to once again thank Angela for doing 2 years as board president. It was a tough 2 years, and we haven't really thanked her publicly. I personally want to thank her because we couldn't have gotten through all this without her, so thanks, Angela. Sorry to do this to you, Karen, but we have Karen Mitchoff, Contra Costa County Board of Supervisors. Sorry. And from the city of Pleasant Hill, we have Mayor Michael Harris, Vice Mayor Tim Flaherty, Councilperson Ken Carlson, Councilperson Sue Nowak, and Councilperson Matt Wren. We also have June Catalano, City Manager, Ethan Bindernagel, the Assistant City Manager, and we have Brian Hill, the Chief of Police. And I'd also like to give a big thank you to Chief Hill, who's been a great partner for the Chamber of Commerce and for Stay Pleasant Hill, working with the hotel managers. So thank you, Chief Hill, to you and your department. From the Pleasant Hill Recreation and Park District, we have Bobby Glover, the chair, Sandy Bonato, vice chair, Zach Shess, board member, Sandy Vincent, board member, and we have Michelle Lacey, the general manager. We also have Robert Thomas Brown from Congressman DeSaulniers' office, Caroline Liger from Assemblyman Grayson's office, Carlin Obringer from the Concord City Council, Ted Pilecki from the Central Contra Costa Sanitary District, and Linda Mayo from the Mount Diablo Unified School District. So let's give all of them a round of applause. All right, and with no further ado, we're going to start this program with an updated report from Pleasant Hill Recreation and Park District Chairperson, Bobby Glover.
Let's give a round of applause to Susan for kicking us off. Thank you so much. All right, well, thank you so much for the introduction. It's an honor to be here today in person, seeing faces that I think all of us have missed so much. Now, I know we've all experienced so much the past couple of years, some good stuff, some not so good stuff, but as my mom always told me, you never really know what someone is going through at any given moment in time. And I feel that has been absolutely true these past couple of years. I believe we've all learned a little more about grace, a little more about compassion, and it shows in how we've gotten through this as a community, as we always do together. Now, a special thank you to the Chamber for putting this on and for your continuing strong efforts these past couple of years. As a former Chamber exec myself, a special thank you to the Chamber Board and ambassadors here today. You really are the lifeblood of this great organization. To the City of Pleasant Hill, Council members Matt Wren, Ken Carlson, Sue Nowak, happy birthday, by the way, Sue Nowak. And Vice Mayor Tim Flaherty, thank you. As someone who has the opportunity through my day job to interact with councils throughout the Bay Area, I know firsthand just how lucky we all are having you leading our city. Mayor Harris, it is an absolute honor to be your warm-up act, and I just want to say a very special thank you to you. Your words of encouragement and support 11 years ago helped me get to this stage today. Thank you for your decades of leadership and commitment to Pleasant Hill. You truly have made our community a better place, and I thank you. I also want to thank the entire Pleasant Hill City team. It takes a great team of people to make us electeds to look like we know what we are doing and talking about. And just as we have one of the best councils in the region, we also have one of the best city managers. Thank you, June Catalano and the entire City of Pleasant Hill team. Now, as I've said before, the City of Pleasant Hill has no greater friend than it does in the Pleasant Hill Recreation and Park District. Congratulations on your 60th anniversary. We feel very fortunate to be your partner and look forward to many more celebrations in years ahead. Now, as the first slide showed, we are off and running here in 2022 with the theme, Play It Forward. A cornerstone of how we play it forward will be inclusive and support each other as a community. Now, as this slide points out, we are a special district dedicated to providing park and recreation services. We operate over 269 acres of parkland, which includes 11 parks, 2 pools, 2 community centers, a senior center, teen center, historic ranch house, and trails and open space. Quite a bit. Now, while I get the opportunity to be up here today, I'm only part of a much greater team, and I want to take a moment to recognize and thank that team. First, to I'm going to call them the new kids on the block, our newest addition to the Recreation Park District Board, board members Kui Tran and board secretary Sandy Vinson. You both have come on during a pandemic which has posed many challenges, but you have also come to the district at a time of great opportunity. And I know that great things are in store for the district over the next 3 years of your term, and I'm very grateful for your commitment to the district and the insight and perspective you bring to the board, and I'm looking forward to a great 2022, so thank you. Board member Zach Shess, first off, happy birthday to you, my friend. And yes, for those keeping track out there, of the 10 elected officials in town, 2 of them were born on the exact same day. So it's been an absolute pleasure to serve alongside you these past 9 years. Your last stint as chair went so well, we asked you to stay on for another year. And fast forward to your next go-around this past year, and you really put us on your back and you led us through some very challenging times. And these upcoming slides will show you did a fantastic job leading the district. You truly are an unparalleled leader in this community. I'm honored to call you a friend, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for you as a leader in our great community. Vice Chair Sandy Bonato, who unfortunately isn't here today, but I know is being taped, so I'm going to say this to you, Sandy. I've always felt like I had a strong sense of community and a desire to give back. In you, it was clear I found my equal and, quite frankly, someone who may even have a greater respect and admiration for the job and duty of Rec and Park board member. For 11 years, I have served alongside you and been a witness to your love of and appreciation for the women and men of the district. Thank you for your mentorship, for your patience, and most importantly, for your unwavering commitment to making the district great. It has been an absolute honor to serve alongside you. Now, along with Zach and Sandy, I've had the opportunity these past 11 years to accomplish some pretty amazing things, and we've built some amazing new facilities like the one we're in here today. However, I think one of the greatest things we have done in that time is hire Michelle Lacey as our general manager. Michelle, thank you for your leadership, your support, and your hard work these past many years. You were an absolute rock these past couple years and led our team through some difficult challenges. I know I speak for the entire board when I say thank you for leading our team. Now to the Rec and Park team, my people. We are truly blessed to have a team that honestly feels more like family. These people work tirelessly to provide a high quality of life for the people they represent. They take great pride in what they do, and their reward, the real reason they do this job, is to see the smiling faces on the people they provide services for. And during these past 2 years, while they were facing challenges of their own, they also knew that the people were counting on them now more than ever to continue to provide high-quality services and recreation opportunities. They were resilient, they were creative, and their passion to serve our community shined bright. To all of you from our Rec and Park team here today, on behalf of a grateful community, thank you. All right, so as you can see from this slide, and I know you can all read the numbers and everything, we have been and we continue to be living within our means with a balanced budget and healthy reserves. There is one very proud takeaway from this graph, and one that is a true testament to our general manager and our entire team. They pivoted quickly and often during the pandemic to ensure that our expenditures were reduced to stay in line with our decreasing revenue, and their hard work paid off with a surplus during the pandemic, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, although we never stepped backward during COVID and we continue to power through with grit and determination to find ways to still serve the community, today We are looking to start anew and play it forward in our 2022 comeback. Our senior center reopened this past month. Facility rentals for the coming year are off the charts. Our summer camp expo is record-breaking, and our special community events are making their way back. As this slide shows a few of those great comeback moments, one important note, please make sure to mark your calendars for July 15th and 16th as our team brings back the Blues and Brews Festival to Pleasant Hill Park, an event I know we have all missed the past couple of years. Now, as I stated earlier, the pandemic showed us anything. It was just how truly essential parks and open spaces are for our community. They provide a critical outlet to maintain the physical and mental health and well-being of our entire community. We have a robust capital improvement plan, targeted improvements in several of our parks. Be on the lookout for new trees, shrubs, overall park beautifications, as well as replacement of the 40-year-old picnic tables and much more to come. Many of you have probably seen already the 33 new picnic tables and prep tables that have been placed at Roger Smith Park. Also, if you haven't checked out the PSA that's on our website that our park staff put together on our use of recycled water, I encourage you to check it out. It's pretty awesome what we have been able to accomplish with the reuse of recycled water from Central Sand. Now, these next 4 slides highlight something very important for the district and our entire community, and something we as a district are quite proud of. Under the leadership of my predecessor, Zach Schess, and with the support of our general manager and team, the district in August of this past year adopted Play for All, an equity and inclusionary policy. Now, I want to read this policy to you. It states, Pleasant Hill Recreation and Park District is committed to creating and promoting equity and inclusion across all public spaces, places, facilities, and programs that the district manages. The Play It All policy commitment is as follows: to ensure that everyone, including those with physical and cognitive disabilities, the LGBTQ community, racial and ethnic minorities, and new Americans, refugees, and immigrants have equal access to a complete array of benefits that quality parks and recreation offer. Thank you. Now, with this, we defined equity as the process of differentially supporting disadvantaged communities to have a fair and just access to parks and recreation. We defined inclusion as the process of removing barriers that can deprive some people of the opportunity to enjoy the benefits of parks and recreation. And as part of this policy effort focused on equity and inclusion, we adopted the goal of implementing inclusionary values in every facet of district operations. That has included joining the Global Alliance on Race and Equity this past year. GARE is a national network of government agencies working to achieve racial equity. We are working to invite historically underrepresented groups to listening tours with board and staff. We're also establishing an internal survey to set benchmarks to measure the growth and development of inclusionary values and practices. And while this is simply the beginning, and we are at the start of a long effort towards being more inclusive and equitable, we have taken some very important steps recently. Diversity education has been incorporated into our preschool and youth programs. We have begun marketing conscientiously and incorporating more diversity in image and graphics and promotion, and having integration of multicultural celebrations into our community events. And if you weren't able to attend our 2021 Around the World Holiday Express last year, this slide shows you a little bit more about what we are starting to do. As part of our developing multicultural effort, this event featured an entire section dedicated to celebrating holidays around the world, and not just those in December, but those throughout the year. Now, in addition to these pictures highlighting many of the multicultural celebrations celebrated by our community members throughout the year, there's also a fantastic video that can be viewed on the district website. And again, I want to impress, this is simply a beginning of a much needed effort towards equity and inclusion, but this video provides a good example of an area that will be primary focus for the district this year and the years and decades ahead. Now, we've adopted the hashtag, I think most of us here, hashtag PHCommunity, and we couldn't do what we do without great community partners. One great example of that partnership with the Pleasant Hill Library to put on Tinkers and Thinkers Innovation Fair. This is a free STEM, those of you that live in a world of acronyms like I do, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, with a goal of encouraging creative thinking, foster effective problem solving, and inspire innovation through a variety of hands-on projects for people of all ages. Now, this event had already been recognized as an award-winning event in 2018, but this past year's event was recently recognized at the California Parks and Recreation Society Awards of Excellence as the 2021 Community Award of Excellence, something we are all very proud of. Now, again, as part of that hashtag PH community, we have amazing community partners. You see pictures in the slide of our Pleasant Hill Rotary Club, our Pleasant Hill Lions Club, our Pleasant Hill Police Department, of course, the Gregory Gardens community crew. And I also want to give a shout out to some of our local stores and restaurants too, because even through the pandemic, they continued to help support the district and the community. So a special thanks to Grocery Outlet, Jack's, Back 40, Slow Hand, Kinder, Zachary's Pizza, and so many more. But one more I want to give special attention to, and that's to give a special acknowledgement to Wise Girl and my friend and College Park classmate, Angela Kalinowski. It's really cool to see your friends stay in the community and give back to making it great. So thank you, my friend. So as I wrap up, and as this may be the last time I have the honor and privilege to do this, I hope you'll provide me a little professional courtesy to go slightly beyond my allotted time, because I really would like to appreciate the opportunity to thank some people. Now, my first position in leadership roles in this community began as a member of the Valley View and College Park leadership classes. When I got to Valley View, there was a friend of mine who was in 8th grade. She encouraged me to run for student council then. And then when I got to College Park, that same friend encouraged me to run for student government. Now, when I say encouraged, I really mean she brought me the election form, had me fill it out, and then told me to start making signs and prepare a speech. She was an amazing leader and friend then, and she continues to be to this day. And while she wasn't able to attend today, I want to thank Kristen Connolly for her encouragement then and throughout our lives. It has truly been an honor to serve our communities together still today. My mom and dad. Met at Pacheco Elementary. They attended Valley View together, and they fell in love while classmates at College Park, where my dad was a member of the football and baseball teams, and my mom was a cheerleader and rally commissioner. Now, everything I have in my life is a direct result of their love and support. My mom took me down to the College Park High School office when I turned 15. She made me get a work permit. She then put me in the car and drove me to Pleasant Hill Rec and Park office and had me fill out a job application. Now, my parents taught me the importance of hard work, friends, and family, and most importantly, they instilled in me the importance of giving back to your community. And I feel truly blessed that I have had that ability to give back these 11 years, but even more blessed to have them as parents, to have them here today, and to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary this June. My wife, I know you know this, but I would pick you to hang out with 7 days of the week and twice on Sunday, which is pretty cool because that's all we've been able to do the past couple of years. You're an amazing mother, partner, and I can't thank you enough for all the support, guidance, therapy, and love you give me. You've always known how important all of this is to me, and you've never questioned any of it. And to the contrary, you've pushed me to stay involved, to be engaged, and you've always made sure I'm free to attend meetings and events. I will never be able to thank you enough, but I will simply start by saying thank you, Nicole. I love you. All right. Now, there are two people here today that have never seen me speak to a group. They have never been to a board meeting, and quite frankly, I'm not sure they have any idea why I sneak into the office every second and fourth Thursday around 7 o'clock at night. And while they probably have no idea why I'm even up here this morning, I want to tell them, my daughters, Ronnie and Haley, that they are absolutely the reason I am up here today. You see, when I got on this board, it was with the goal of building the projects outlined in Measure E. And even more specifically, it was to ensure that those first projects came in under budget so we would have enough money to complete the ball fields at Pleasant Oaks Park. The fields where the girls' instructional nationals and their very proud coach now get to play. Once those were completed, our family began taking shape. I now had 2 young daughters and a renewed focus, a focus on making sure that these two girls that show me every day that the future is most definitely female, that these 2 girls had all the opportunities that 2 little girls in Pleasant Hill could ever want. So Haley, Ronnie, I hope you learned 2 things from today. One, that I, along with all these people here today, worked hard these past many years to ensure that you grow up in a community like the one I grew up in. One with amazing parks, facilities, quality programs, and a team of people that want to make your life better. And 2, that while holding the position of Recreation and Park District Board member has been an unbelievable honor, the greatest position I will ever hold is that of being your dad. Now, as we take steps forward in these days, weeks, months ahead, I encourage you all to play more, to reach out to others more, call a friend you haven't seen in a while, ask them to go for a walk in our park or one of our open spaces, practice more kindness, more empathy and understanding, rave more and rant less. We are so truly fortunate to be here in Pleasant Hill, a community who cares deeply about one another. So I lead you here today thankful for the trust and responsibility you have given me these past 11 years, blessed to work alongside so many amazing people, and committed to continuing to give back to this community that has given me so much throughout my entire life. And I will do it by staying true to those 4 words that have been a cornerstone of who I am and have guided me throughout just about my entire life. And if you know, you know. Courage, pride, honor, sacrifice. It's been an absolute pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to be here today.
My first faux pas of the morning is that I forgot to make an introduction of someone who I can't believe I forgot, but Margaret Manzo, the new CEO of the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce. And with that, we can start with Mayor Michael Harris and his presentation on the state of Pleasant Hill.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the introduction, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Bobby for that very inspirational opening act. You're a tough act to follow, buddy. So here we are, 2022. Just out of a pandemic. I was so used to Zoom meetings that I almost walked out of the house in my pajama bottoms and my slippers, because at the Zoom meetings you just see us from up here. I want to thank all of you for being here. I know that Susan introduced the VIPs, but as far as I'm concerned, each of you made the trip here to be here, and you're all VIPs. And once again, thank you to Margaret and the Chamber and all the Chamber sponsors for helping put on this event. It's truly wonderful to be back in person with all you folks. It's just amazing to me. I've titled this presentation, Building the Future, and as I go through my presentation, you'll understand why, with a particular emphasis on what I am most proud of that we will be finishing this year, and that is our new library. We'll be spending a bit of time talking about that later in the presentation. First of all, I need to thank my predecessor, former Mayor Sue Nowak, for a fantastic job over this last year. Now imagine assuming the mayorship and all of the things that you do as mayor and having to run in-person meetings and all of this kind of stuff. She didn't get to do one in-person meeting. Every single one of our council meetings during 2021 was a Zoom meeting. And how she managed to keep us all in line during that process is way beyond my imagination, but she did. I can't count the number of times that she told me, Michael, you're muted. Michael, unmute yourself. She did a wonderful job of leading a terrific group of people, and I have to say, I am extremely fortunate to serve with my fellow council members. Each and every one of them is special. Each and every one of them is a hardworking, dedicated person, and I'm just delighted that I'm able to serve with them, and I thank you very much for all of your service. And Sue, she's a lot taller than I am, and that bulge in my stomach was pre-pandemic. Unfortunately, now I've had an opportunity to work out again, rejoin the YMCA, and I've lost most of that, but Sue has still been outstanding. Now, I need to tell you that before I could put these slides in the presentation, I had to check with Sue and her husband Charlie to make sure it was okay. Because the last thing I wanted was a repeat of last week's Oscar ceremony. And for a number of reasons. Charlie is bigger than me, stronger than me, and younger than me. I am no match. And when I say younger than me, I think everybody in this room is younger than me. And I appreciate that ever so much. Sue, thanks again for your wonderful leadership. And by the way, these slides, the last two slides that I've shown, were created by our former colleague and friend, Martin Nealis, for my 2017 Mayor's Breakfast. And I thought this would be a nice way not only to recognize Sue, but to remember Martin, all he meant to me and all he meant to our city. Just a terrific guy, and I miss him. How many of you were here for my 2017 breakfast? Where the heck were the rest of you? I'm really fortunate, folks. This is my 5th term as mayor and my 5th Mayor's Breakfast. And it's just been an unbelievable honor to serve you folks. It's been my pleasure. Last year was our diamond anniversary. That's 60 years. It's a long time for a city to be in existence, even though we're relatively young. We've accomplished so much in the last 60 years. To commemorate it, we had a number of stellar events, including my favorite, which was Light Up the Lake. Instead of Light Up the Night, we had Light Up the Lake around the lake at City Hall. It's a wonderful opportunity for people to remember folks who are not with us with luminaries, and also just for the community to gather and share that wonderful community spirit that is Pleasant Hill. Next slide. We were not sitting idly during the pandemic. We were being very active. We did a lot of things to make it easier for people to interact with City and City Hall. We also tried to make sure that we did our part to try to make sure that members of the community were safe. So we had a number of events where we did COVID vaccine. We did an event where we actually had a COVID booster. And we provided information on our city website and through so many other outlets on how people could remain safe during the COVID experience. One of the things we did to make it easier and safer for people to interact with our city is our wonderful building, I don't know what your title is, but building guru, Jeff Simmons, brought us to this great idea called Q-less, which was an opportunity for people to sign up for a time to meet with city staff, so you didn't have to congregate and wait in the reception area while it was your turn to get your plans approved or to talk to a planner or a builder. And this is a wonderful system. Now, as you all know, I am not very technically literate. And when I first heard this, I thought the title was clueless, not Q-less. Because when it comes to this stuff, I am truly clueless. But this is one example of the wonderful innovations that the city has come up with to make sure that we can continue to do business in a safe environment and make it a very friendly user experience for our customers. When I was mayor in 2017, there was a lot of concern about immigrants. And our council decided that it was appropriate for us to make a proclamation talking about Pleasant Hill being a welcoming and inclusive city. And as mayor, I had the pleasure of signing that proclamation. Now, that was just the beginning, and as you well know, over the past 5 years, lots have happened in our country, and we recognize the fact that it is extremely important for us to be on the ball and be cognizant of the need for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we've done several things over the last year to make sure that not only we as a council, but our community understands the importance of this. We had community conversations where members of different communities talked about their experiences as either a gay person or a Muslim or a Jew or whatever. And I thought that was a wonderful way to get community involvement. We also formalized a diversity commission whose responsibility it is to come up with ways to improve our diversity, equity, and inclusion. And under Sue's leadership, we joined United Against Hate Week, in which the entire community was united against hate. And I hope it's not just a week. I hope that's the way we are from now throughout the future. Now, everybody wants to know, are we a safe community? And I'm proud to say we are an extremely safe community, thanks to Chief Hill and the marvelous men and women of our police department. The chief provided me with some crime statistics that I want to share with you. The most important thing to get out of this is that crime in Pleasant Hill is on the downswing. We have significantly less crime in 2021 than we had in the year before. In fact, 2021 was the lowest crime rate in the last 15 years. Certainly, we're not perfect. We still have incidences that we're not happy about, but I want you to know that thanks to the good work of Chief Hill and the PD, crime in this city is down. In fact, violent crime is down over 36%. And we can all be very thankful for that. And please join me in thanking Hill and the men and women of our police force for that. The chief believes in transparency and inclusion. And he decided that in order to show how that works in Pleasant Hill, that he would form the Chief's Advisory Panel. This is a panel of citizens made up from vast areas of the community who advise and work with him on policies that improve diversity, inclusion, and also talk about policies and what have you to make sure that our police department is transparent and treating everyone in our community fairly and equally. And the chief has already had one meeting with this group. I understand you have another one this afternoon. I want to thank all the members of the panel for stepping forward to helping us with this endeavor. We're also aware of the fact that a lot of the incidences that happen in this community are not crime related. They're due to people who are having some kind of a mental problem. So the chief, along with two other cities, have formed this crisis intervention team, taking care of those that may not be able to take care of themselves. Our police officers have been trained in crisis intervention and how to de-escalate a situation. And we're looking forward to working with mental health experts who really know how to handle these kind of situations so that it's not up to the police to help these folks, but the police will work with others to help these folks. We haven't been sitting idle during this last year. We are actually growing. As many of you know, the state requires us to build a certain number of housing units in each particular 8-year period. We're already in the works in meeting our housing needs, and here are 3 different examples. One is a multifamily development in the downtown. Another is a single-family development on Taylor. And the third is my favorite. This is a senior housing development as part of the Choice in Aging campus. And we're going to have 81 units for seniors. I've already made my reservation. Yeah. Karen has made hers too. We're going to be across the hall from each other. But this is a wonderful opportunity for us to take care of those folks who need additional care. Choice in Aging has been just a wonderful asset to our community with their programs and what have you. And this addition to their campus is just going to be an #1 way of showing how we really care about our senior community and the needs that they have. This is a very important year for us because not only did we just celebrate our 60th anniversary, but we're in the process of updating our general plan. This has been a couple-of-year process. It was kind of on hiatus during the pandemic, and hopefully will come to fruition at the end of this year or early next year. For those of you not familiar, the general plan is the blueprint of how you run the city. It's the basis for everything else we do, our zoning ordinances, our rules, and what have you. To learn more about the general plan, please visit the website. It's on the city website, and it's also a specific website for the general plan. We want the general plan process to be inclusive. We want all of you, whether you live here, work here, or play here, to have an opportunity to give input into what the city will look like in the future. So please visit the general plan website. We've already had some workshops and goal-setting activities. We will be having more as we go through this process. Please participate. Let us know, this is your city. Let us know what you want it to look like in the future. The city's in great financial shape, folks. Thanks to June and all the wonderful people at City Hall, we've managed our budget quite nicely. We survived the downturn. We're back up to having a $10 million contingency reserve. That's the amount the council has indicated that we need. That's 6 months of operating expenses. If heaven forbid we have another recession or depression or what have you where we don't have any income, we will be able to manage all of our city services for 6 months without any additional income. So that's a terrific job on the part of June and our economic development folks and our budget people. And thank you very much to our former budget analyst, Mary, and to Eric, our new one. You guys are just terrific. Now, I'm obligated to show pie charts. I don't really like pie charts, but I'm obligated to show them. This one shows the general revenue, and as you can tell, the city runs mostly on property tax and sales tax income. So you can understand that during the pandemic, it wasn't as brisk as we had hoped, but now it's really picking up. We also need to show the expenditures. Can I do that? And now, my favorite pie chart. And again, this was created for me in 2017 by the wonderful Martin Nealis. It's probably the only pie chart that I'm really familiar with, as Sue and others know. I leave all the financial stuff to those who are better trained than I, but I am really good at this particular pie. And I'm looking forward to eating the rest of it this afternoon. So let's talk about this year and the progress we've made. You were all so helpful in passing Measure K back in 2016, bringing us in about $4 million annually to do much needed improvements throughout the city. And you've probably seen this. You've seen the construction vehicles, you've seen the road paving vehicles, you've seen crews working in the city to build new pedestrian pathways, new bike lanes. And I know it's been an inconvenience at times because you had to wait till they got out of your way, but believe me, it'll all pay dividends in the future because we will have a safer and more easily trafficked city. We've also done improvements in our storm drain system, so we don't have the flooding that we had back in 2001. And we haven't had a major flooding incident since then. And, of course, my favorite Measure K venture, and that is our new library. And for those who didn't notice, I am wearing my favorite library tie, Snoopy, with all of the books, and Woodcock is there helping him. And I'm looking forward to wearing this when we have the grand opening of our library. And over the last 2+ years, I haven't worn a tie. And in fact, this morning when I tried to put the tie on, I said, how do you do this? How do you tie it? But believe me, for this meeting and for the opening library, I will be delighted to wear this tie. So let me walk you through the library, what you can expect when you enter this modern, state-of-the-art facility. You're going to notice that there are a number of different areas in the library. By the way, those of you who have been fortunate enough to see the library, to actually see this building being built, can tell others how vast it is, how large it is, how open it is. It's just one of those facilities that was designed beautifully by our architects. The construction is going quite well, and we have areas for everyone. We have a teen area, we have study carrels, we have an adult retreat, we have the Needless Nook, named after Martin, where people can relax and enjoy a snack or have something to drink. We have an outdoor yard, we have an activity yard and a specific area for young people to enjoy. This is a library for people of all ages. And I know that once it's open and you walk through it, you're just going to be amazed. Every time I go in that building, I am amazed. So here's a rendering of what it's going to look like in just a couple of months. When you walk in, you park in the parking lot, you walk in the entrance, and this very modern, very beautiful design will welcome you. And when you get into the library, if you go to the information desk, and look back out to the parking lot, you get a picture of what this beautiful foyer looks like. And I want to point out one feature to the foyer, and that is our donor wall. The Friends of the Library, through their foundation, has been asking folks to help support the library. Measure K is paying for the building and all that goes in with the building, but it's not paying for the equipment, the fixtures, and all of the other stuff that makes the building complete. To do that, the Friends of the Library have put on a campaign to raise $1.5 million, and they are doing a fantastic job of making that goal a reality. They are still welcoming donations. Any of you who want to see your name or a loved one's name on this donor wall, please contact the Friends of the Library Foundation, and they will be happy to tell you how you can make a donation to support what's going to be the best library in the country, bar none. This is going to be the best library. Let me show you another area. If you're in the main hall and you're looking towards the creek, that's looking eastward, you'll have a view of the creek and this beautiful landscaping. You can also see the study carrels and the shelves, and obviously you can see how spacious this is. On your right, you can see the program pavilion where Patrick will do his story time, and we'll have other events. This is a library that's going to be a working library. You remember the olden days when you went to the library and the word was shh? Not this library. This library, we want to see people involved and engaged and having a good time. And if you make a little bit of noise, that's okay, as long as it's constructive noise. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And next. We planned an outdoor activity yard. This is just a rendering of what it might look like. This is for folks with younger kids who get a little restless in the library and need to go outside to take care of some of the pent-up energy. We'll have a log sculpture to enhance it. We will also have activity boards for kids to do active things. This is going to, as I said, this is going to be an active library. So I'm looking forward to welcoming our youngsters to this particular facility. Now, this event is sponsored by the Chamber. The city owes so much to the Chamber and the small businesses in this community. And the city recognizes that small businesses have had a problem over the last couple of years because of the pandemic. So we are adopting, thanks to Zach Seal and others, we are adopting a new program called Pleasant Hill Perks. This is how it's going to work. Let's say you want to frequent your favorite restaurant, and that restaurant qualifies to be in this program. And you buy a $100 gift card to that restaurant. The city will augment that $100 gift card with an additional $50 gift card for that particular business. So for your $100 investment, you will have the spending power of $150. It serves two purposes. It gives you more spending power, and it brings more revenue into our businesses. And this particular program is supported by the Recovery Act. This is not coming out of the city general fund. It's coming from money that we're getting from the federal government to help us, this community, recover. And we can think of no better way to help this community recover than to support local businesses. If you are a restaurant or a shop or a service in the city, you'll be getting information as to how to sign up to be part of this really awesome program, which I hope all of you will take advantage of. We're also looking forward to helping businesses through technical grant supports, again, funded through the Recovery Act. We're going to also help businesses come up with a video promo, which you can use and which can be shown on the city's channel. Again, we want to promote businesses. We know how vital you are to this community, and it's important for us to show our support for you, because over the years, you've always showed your support for us. And speaking of businesses, there are lots of new businesses in the city. This is a collage of a number of them. That's not all of them. And if you haven't visited some of the new ones, please do so. Wide variety of services and restaurants and shops, and certainly just goes along with all the businesses that have been in town for a while. And we're back, folks. We're back. Outdoor activities in Pleasant Hill are back. We're looking forward to a wonderful, wonderful summer. We've had to restrict what we've done over the last several years because of the pandemic. No longer. We're going to start off by welcoming back Off the Grid tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, and for every Wednesday night thereafter, 5 to 9, Off the Grid is going to be at City Hall with their food trucks and music and welcoming people. It's a wonderful place to get a meal, to sit and enjoy company with your friends and family, and I urge all of you to take advantage of Off the Grid. By the way, you will see me there tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, not wearing a tie, but I will be the first one in line. I really missed Off the Grid, and I'm delighted that they're coming back in full force. We also have the wonderful chamber event coming back, the Art, Wine, and Music Festival. Did I say that right? The name has changed 4 or 5 times in the last 4 or 5 years, but I want to make sure I got it right. And this is the most up-to-date poster. A wonderful weekend event on the weekend of May 21st, where you can enjoy your favorite beverage. You can have an opportunity to visit various vendors who have things that they would like to sell you, and you can have just a wonderful time. And as I understand it, there'll be events for children as well, all kinds of music, and it'll be a delightful weekend, and I look forward to seeing all of you there. And in our renewed summer activities, I am delighted that our Concert by the Lake series is going to start again on May 29th, the last Sunday in May. Now, I've heard some of you say, it's not a lake. But which would you rather go to, a concert by the lake or a concert by the fish pond? I'd rather go to a concert by the lake. So we're going to call it the Concert by the Lake for the time being anyway. Those of you who have attended before, huge crowds, they've got great bands lined up. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful evening for each and every one, every other week, starting Memorial Day weekend and ending on Labor Day weekend. Look forward to seeing all of you there. We've also renewed our contract for Stay Pleasant Hill. How many of you have heard of Stay Pleasant Hill? Great. Stay Pleasant Hill is a entity that is designed to encourage and enhance people visiting our city. And we do it through a tax that every visitor to a hotel has to pay. And that tax generates $700,000 a year that we can use to promote our city. Not only do we promote our hotels, we promote our restaurants, we promote our venues, and we look at Pleasant Hill as being a leaping off point for anything else you want to do in the Bay Area. Because after all, at Pleasant Hill, we are at the center of everything. So if people want to go to the wine country, or they want to go to Tahoe, start at Pleasant Hill because you'll be in the center of everything. And we're expecting some improvements in the downtown to make it even more user-friendly. This is a bird's eye view from the City Bank building looking down over the parking lot towards Jack's. And we're going to be doing some improvements. We're going to put in more grass and more turf, more shaded area, seating and what have you. This is going to make it even more welcoming than it is now. So it can be another place where we can have all kinds of interesting events. And part of this is going to be a mini theater with chairs, fold-up chairs that we can bring out. So if we have a guest speaker or we have a little music performance, it can be done under the awning and people can sit around, enjoy food and drink, and enjoy whatever activity is going on there. The city makes a point of being able to reach out to all of you and get your input. We have publications, we have a website, we have all of these various social media tags, none of which I know how to use, but we have every possible way that you could get to interact with your city, to find out information about what we're doing, and for us to get your input. I urge you to look at all of these when you have an opportunity. And if someone knows how to do all this stuff, will you please teach me, because I'm still having a problem. This is going to bring back some very fond memories for me. When I was mayor my first term as mayor in 2005, I had the crazy idea to start a community service day. And I'm proud to say that that has flourished and continues. And this September, we will be having our 18th annual Community Service Day. And this day would not happen without the great work of our Civic Action Commission, our liaison to the Civic Action Commission, Jeff Gillette, and obviously all of you. And you'll have an opportunity to sign up, to be volunteers, to register programs. And I know that over the last couple of years, we've had a modified Community Service Day. We have not had a central meeting in the morning with breakfast from the Lions Club, but people went off directly to their various tasks. We are anticipating having everything back full bore this September 24th, with a huge gathering of the community at Pleasant Hill Park with breakfast provided by the Lions. Free breakfast, I'll say that again, free breakfast. T-shirts for the first 500 or so that show up, and an opportunity for you to mingle with your fellow residents and others who consider Pleasant Hill the best community they can be involved with. It'll be a wonderful start for the day, then you move on to your various projects, and you can enjoy the fact that you are doing something really special to give back to the community that we all love. And I look forward to seeing you there as well. So I started this presentation saying we are building for the future. Well, the future is now. These 3 photos were taken over the weekend of the progress that we've made on building the new library. It is almost complete, folks. It is just magnificent as to how well it's come together, and we're anticipating that in just a couple of months, we'll be able to have the grand opening and welcoming you to this state-of-the-art, magnificent facility. Now, nothing that we do in this city would be possible without our wonderful staff. They are terrific. Would you please join me in giving... Many of our staff are here today. This is a photo of some of our more recent staff members who have joined our wonderful staff. I want to thank not only the new members, but I want to thank all of the city staff. It's been a delight working with you. I'm in my 20th year on the city council. I've never worked with a finer group of people. Dedicated, hardworking, caring. They're just amazing. And I hope that every interaction you have with our city staff is a positive one for you. If it isn't, you let us know and we will fix it. But our staff is just truly there to serve you. Good customer service is really important to us. And I urge you to thank our city staff whenever you see them for the great job they do behind the scenes. During the pandemic, they were doing yeoman's work. Many of them were doing 2 or 3 different jobs. And I really appreciate all the hard work and the effort that you put in for our city. I also want to, yay. Thanks, Debbie. Again, I want to thank the Chamber. I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank Margaret, Jeff, and all of you for being here. I also want to thank my wife, Dawn. She is not here this morning. She is recovering from knee replacement surgery. And she's having a tough time. She's in a lot of discomfort, but I'm there to take care of her with tender, loving care. She's not sleeping well. So when she wakes up, guess who else wakes up? I wake up. So in a very loving way, she says to me, Michael, I don't mind if you sleep in another room. I said, honey, sleep in another room? I want to sleep in another country. But she has been my stalwart, my support during these past 20 years. I would not have been able to serve on the city council without her love and support. Family is everything, as Bobby well knows, and I appreciate all that she's done for me and for our city. So now, if we have, thank you. So Susan, if we have time, I will be happy to take questions. You know, I'm a professor by training. I've been a professor at UC Berkeley for over 55 years. And when I look out at my students and I've given a lecture and they don't raise their hand with questions, I conclude one of two things. Number one, they understood and got everything that I said. Or number two, they're absolutely clueless. I know you're not clueless. So I do thank you for your kind attention. I'll stick around for the next 15 or 20 minutes. If any of you have questions, I'll be delighted to answer them. And once again, thanks for the organizers of this meeting for putting it on. Enjoy the rest of your breakfast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Welcome back to the city of Pleasant Hill. We're back.